All right, guys, let's continue our trip on the A724. We're almost done. We're just outside of brown sand. We just got a little bitty train, just a few empty rock hoppers. And we'll set these out up there. We'll have our southbound pickup. So what they did back in the day was that was the end of the trip for the northbound crew, and then there would be a southbound crew. I don't know. I guess they were called at a certain time every day. I can't remember what time, but a different crew would take it back south, and they would work back the other way, picking everything up basically. So I don't know if we're going to do that. If you guys want to see it, leave a comment down below, and maybe we can do the southbound trip. The big problem with that is that we don't have a lot of pickups because we haven't worked any locals along the route. So either way, we're just kind of cruising along towards brown sand. We do need to call up Otto. Actually, we need to engage Otto and get him going. And then we need to call him up. We gotta call him up and have him line us into the siding up here. There we go, through that crossing there. Yeah, we'll call him up. We'll have him line us into siding. Request next siding. Brown sand proper. We'll go in. We'll swing high. We'll back these empties in because I did spawn in some, at least a southbound pickup that we can grab onto when we're done. But let's make sure. I don't know. Did he acknowledge us? I don't know if he did or not. I know he answered, but there we go. Siding available. Proceed. Signal indication. Nice. All right. So yeah. We'll take care of that, and that'll be it for the northbound trip. It's been a fun one so far. Pretty cut and dry. Really just not a whole lot to it. Not too terribly complex. To me, it's like it's a pretty good beginner local as far as like learning how to do your basic setouts and pickups in large blocks. You know, pretty easy to do. Just a few locations to have to keep up with. It's basically a simplified local. All right, we got the distance to brown sand coming up here. We'll see what it is here in just a second. Approach medium, so we are going in the hole. Nice. Will Turner Road makes me think of Pirates of the Caribbean. Wasn't that Orlando Bloom's character in the movie? Wasn't that his name, Will Turner? Get our menu up here so we can see, or our display at the top of the screen there. Let's see. I can't remember how far up it is. Yeah, we'll just continue to ease along here. We're not going to get crazy with it. It's the end of the day. We're fixing to taxi back home. We're going to taxi back to Fitzgerald. I think I put in probably about 8 rock hoppers going south and a handful of sand cars. So I mean, a decent size cut weight wise to pick up going back south if we should decide to do that. So the 2 rock quarries up here, I kind of looked at it like they ran unit trains, and I feel like they did some single carload stuff too. You know, it wasn't always unit stuff. Okay, there we go. We got our medium approach into the siding. I think we may need a light out too. Yeah, we may need a light out. Go ahead and grab a little air. I can't remember if this is a 25-mile-an-hour switch or 30. I think it could very well be 25. It's a nice drop down into brown sand here. That's a 1% grade. There we go. Now it's just slowing up. All right, so here's our outbound cut. I think this was the way it was done. I'm not 100%. Like I said, I never did this job. I don't really know a whole lot about it other than the fact that it existed. This is how we're going to do it either way. Inbound cut on the north end of the storage track here. Outbound cut on the south end. Run it to Waycross, classify it, then you're good to go. This track always had a lot of stuff in it. That's one thing I do remember. It always had a ton of stuff in it. A lot of empty rock hoppers and I guess sand hoppers, stuff like that. But it was always busy. I do remember one time stealing an engine off of 723 was sitting here. I guess the crew hadn't gone on duty or I don't know. Their engines were here though. They had 3 of them. We took one. We took one of their engines, so we made it ours. We're like, yeah, that's ours now. They probably show up to work wondering what happened to their locomotive. We took I think it was like a B-36 or something like that off of them. I don't know. Some kind of trash. I'm not sure if we need a light so we can swing high to back in on this storage track. Guess I should have counted it. Go in the hole, run your counter, you know, and then you can keep up with how far in the siding you are. But kind of ease around there. I think it's a good bit further, but brown sand's a nice bowl. It's like 1% dropping in and 0.8 climbing out, so almost 1% coming out. Here's the end of the storage track. We may not need to. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cheat. We're gonna cheat and take a peek at it. It'll be okay though. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room. We got plenty of room. We'll hop down here at the switch. All right, that's us right here. Let's hop down. The cool thing is, if we do make the southbound trip, we do have the Conrail leader. I said this is replicating the early 2000s, so this is just a few years after the Conrail merger. There's lots of Conrail locomotives floating around. All these cars are tagged brown sand. No particular location. I kind of look at them like a pool of cars that you can pull from to work some of these industries up here. There, about two more or two. One more one. That'll be right here. All right, so we're going to stop her here. Of course, we're going to get our switch, but we're also going to grab our EOT as well too. Don't need to leave it on there. So we'll grab it off. Close you out. Remove. There we go. All right. Switch is lined into clear. Let's come on back. It's a shortcut. Like we're going to fit like no tomorrow. We don't have to worry about protecting the shove. If we had a long cut, of course, we'd watch it. We don't have to worry about it. Forgot to take two of those locomotives offline when we started out. I loaded this world in, I started everything up. I meant to take the two bottom ones offline, but I didn't. So it's like it's a lot of horsepower for just a little bit. In fact, let's get. We'll isolate you for now. I mean, we're about to swap it up in a bit anyway, but we'll isolate a couple of them there. There we go. Make it a little bit more manageable. Sometimes you can have too much. That should be good right here. There we go. All right, let's go down and we'll cut them off. We've taken our EOT. Too bad the EOT was an actual like little physical object that you could carry around. Either way, we take it, we throw it up here on locomotives, take it with us. Take it to your outbound cut. All right, close this guy out. We're gonna have to take a little slack. There you go. All right, let's take him ahead. There you go. That'll do. Hopefully I didn't shift click this, right? It did dump. Yeah, okay. We're good with that. All right, up and clear. Let's take him ahead. Oh, man, I wish we could lean our head out. That's definitely very, very much needed. The ability to lean out and look at where you're going. Look around locomotive. Oh, we didn't get our handbrakes. We'll grab them when we come back by. There we go. Now at this point, I would think they would go ahead and swap ends. Go ahead and get all that taken care of because basically your northbound trip is done. So we could do that. We could put this bad boy in run. Put that bad boy in run. Set as the leader. What kind of horn we got? Yeah, that's good. I'll go with that. Let's get these guys offline. Isolate. We don't need them. Not right now. Might we need them later. I think 4 is a little bit overkill. I want to say I've seen it before back in the day, but I think it was probably 3. 3 was like a regular thing. There, we'll run up here and tie a couple handbrakes. There, that'll do right here. Get that guy. And that one. Sweet. Let's hop back in the cab. All right, let's go grab our pickup. Yeah, it's a cool job. It's just a time investment. It's a lot of territory to cover. Not a whole lot of work, but a good bit considering the amount of distance you have to cover. I want to say they were going dead a lot, like they were having a hard time finishing the trip. Let's get our window open. Absolute must. Alright, so we may very well need a light down here to swing high. Either way, we're going to stop at the bottom, hang our EOT. Alright, right about here. Man, I wish it wouldn't do that weird click noise. It's like we're actuating the switch or something. It shouldn't do that when you're manipulating the independent. Let's get our EOT. Attach EOT. It is already open. Let's also do this. Let's grab that guy and let's see. Let's air brake cheat. We don't want to put air on it, so what we're basically doing is just going ahead and lacing all the air hoses. But I don't necessarily want to put I don't want to put air on it because, like, you know, these cars, they haven't been charged up. They shouldn't have air on them, so we don't want to do that. All right, that's all good. Relinquish this guy. All right. Oh, we got to grab it. Never mind. There we go. Now we're good. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we're going to need a light, so we'll go ahead and talk to Otto. Not much going on the railroad today. I still need to work on that. There we go. There's a light. Medium clear outs. She may fit. It's hard to say. It's like you zoom in on like you zoom in and there's no depth perception. You can't really tell. Feeder locals were always the best. The one that I worked, there's actually two that we protected. One out of Birmingham, one out of Atlanta. The Birmingham job was a nice job. I enjoyed it. The Atlanta job sucked. Just because you never had room to put cars where you needed them. Oh, come on. She just totally squatted like no tomorrow. Oh, that's good anyway. Never mind. That's good. That'll do. Let's get her switched here. All right, switch line into clear. Let's come on back. Yeah, we did. We totally needed that light. Yeah, the Atlanta job, 727 sucked. I don't know if they still... well, of course, they don't do that job anymore because the symbols have all changed, but... that job was kind of a pain. You know what I think we're going to do? If we did run this thing south, we would set one of these out in Oglethorpe. Just saying, because we've got, like, I just really don't think we need 4. Get her switch back. There we go. I didn't put this guy. Yeah, okay, they are isolated. There we go, catch up. All right, up into clears. Come on back. Oh, 127. He spawned in on the Manchester stuff. I definitely need to change that. They kind of went back and forth, you know? They went back and forth. Sometimes a train, predominantly, like the time that I worked, 127 always went down the Birmingham side. That was part of the assigned jobs with the 592. 592 up, 127 back. They could go on the Atlanta side. Some trains did that. It just depended, like, on crew availability and track maintenance and all sorts, you know, all sorts of stuff. They'd kind of flip-flop them back and forth between Atlanta and the Birmingham side. Okay, let's hop down. There we go. Lace him up. This guy, is he open? No, he is closed. Why is it bottled? Oh, because I shipped F7'd it. Yeah. Pretty partial there. All right, we'll pump it up. Should charge up pretty quick. It's not very much of a train at all. All right, so we would just hang out here and let her do her thing. Then we'll get something like a little brake test, and then it'll be time for us to grab our taxi. Honestly, doesn't look like the best location to get a taxi though. Like, we might have to do a little walking here. All right, we've hopped back in the cab. We see air is coming up on the bottom with the EOT, so we got continuity. Everything's looking good. She's pumping up. Just gotta let her keep doing her thing. All right, we should be able to go ahead and cut it in the rest of the way. There we go. All right, so we're gonna let her charge that really good, and we'll get our brake test. All right, she should be charged up good. Let's go ahead. We'll go back to idle. Let's draw the air down, and we'll do our brake test. There you go. We got air in the brake cylinder. That's what we're using to simulate seeing the actual like piston move, right? That deal there. Well, that's good. That one's good. That's good. That's good. That one's good too. You're just basically walking along and making sure that they're all setting up. You don't have to do this. Just something we do a little extra. Nice. You say these cars have been sitting here for a while. Okay, that's all good. Let's knock them off. Oh man, I hate those air-driven EOTs. I wish there's a way you could just select battery on it when you pick your EOT. It'd be cool if there was a way that you could just take the EOT with you. You know, like you just have an EOT that's kind of assigned you, and you can just say, oh, it's battery, and this is going to be ours the entire trip. Okay, brakes are off. Brakes are off. 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 So we just make sure it's all set up and all knocked off. I mean, we could technically have stuck brakes in game. You guys know we've run into that a lot from time to time. There we go. All good. All the brakes are off. So we applied them, checked them, made sure everything was on, and then knocked them off and made sure everything was off. Two of these cars, or at least, well, 2 to 4. I'm not sure exactly how many, but some of them will be going to Waycross classified and then put on the next northbound A724 to be delivered to Upton. At the asphalt place, whatever it's called down there. All right, there we go. Let's catch up. Nice, got that centered. Let's draw the airbag down. We got, yeah, I don't want to do that with the handbrakes. Let's properly tie this thing down, because what it is that entire cut of cars has got handbrakes on it, so we'll get that. Where's it at? I can't ever find it for the locomotives. There it is. Here. 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 That should be good. I don't know what our tonnage is. We are sitting on a 1% grade though. Okay, so handbrakes are taken care of. Reverser centered. Get our headlights. I don't know why I did that. I just decided to do it for whatever reason. Yeah, I think that's good. And gin filled. There we go. We got our tube. It keeps wanting to draw air down. It's not actually drawing, it's just doing the sound effect. All right, what are we looking at train wise here? HPT 3, 1968 tons, 15 loads, 0 empties, 862 feet. So yeah, not too bad. So this train would continue south. We would go to Oglethorpe. We would make a pickup there. Cordell, make a pickup there. Fitzgerald, make a pickup there, and then go to Waycross. I think they worked a couple of outlying places if they need to, but it's kind of rare. But otherwise, this part of the trip is done. The A724 northbound portion is done. This crew would go off duty, hop on a taxi, and I guess go back to Fitzgerald. I don't know, like the train was actually out of Waycross. I don't know. Maybe they had some guys that lived around Waycross and just held the job. I'm not really sure exactly how that worked, but either way, we are done with this trip. If you enjoyed it and you want to see the southbound trip, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, we might move on to something else. Anyway, love all you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
No, big cat, no. Stop.